I got myself confused. It will then cost you guys 5 gold to get it made.
I'm cool with that.
Cool. All right. So get rid of all the weapons that you had on the stuff. Get rid of the 4 chainmail shirts. He says come back in around 7 days. I should have completed it. If I haven't, let me just do a roll. Yeah, if you come back to me within 10 days, I'll get it done.
Cool.
All right, so he starts getting to work straight away. He's got his little lad who's helping him out. They start pulling apart the chainmail. They take the horse off your hands. So, also, what are you guys gonna name your horses? I'm gonna write this down as well. What's the name of your horses?
The warhorse's name is Reginald.
Warhorse.
Reginald.
Reginald. Where is Reese so he can name his horse?
He's dropping his guts.
Okay. He can name him afterwards. All right, so you guys head over to, well, where you guys go? You tell me.
So he took the horse from us, so we can't use that to get to the place then?
It's inside the city. You're inside car where this mission is.
Shit.
Yeah, I keep telling you this. The merchant is inside car.
Well, let's go talk to fucking...
Jeremy.
Can we track? What do we know about the daughter's friend that she was visiting?
Well,
you know
ask him.
Everything you know about it is the merchant. What the merchant's thing has been given to you. So that piece of paper that I gave to you, the handout. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's as much information as you guys have at the moment.
Let's go over to JJ's.
Do we want to go ahead to talk to the Jeremy?
Yeah,
first?
JJ's store. JJ's store is his store. It's JJ's Bits and Bobs. All right, you head over to JJ's Bits and Bobs. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's open. You open up the door, and basically that image there is what you see. You basically see this slightly chubby man sitting behind the desk. He's a little bit upset, and he's like, "Oh, hey, how you going? How can I help you today?"
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing it. Jeez. Anyway, wait. Hello.
Hello.
On a quest that you sent off to the guild in our town, which has got a name probably.
So you came from the guild, did you?
Yes, and we're here about your daughter.
Yeah. Jess has been missing for about 2 days now.
What's her friend like?
What friend?
It says that she went to visit a friend.
Oh, yeah. Her and the boy next door, they grew up each other. They kind of known each other for a long time. She and him went out to go for drinks one night, and he returned and told he said that they just gone missing. We tried calling the guards. The guards said it's a big town. We can't expend our people to go look around for her. But
what's his name and where does he live?
He lives next door. His name's Josh. He just lives next door.
Alright, let's go talk to Josh.
Okay.
Hey, Josh.
But it's I don't think it's Josh. I think it's more likely my old employee. I said it, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, in the
We
letter.
just wanted to see where she was last.
He was there. He was the last one to see him, so it's easy to talk to him and see what happened.
I guess, but I think you should investigate Michael more. He's the old employee that I fired because he was part of that gang, and yeah. But yeah, go talk to Josh. He might be able to tell you more.
Okay.
Right. Well, yeah. I'll stay here. You come. Yeah. If you can, bring me back her alive, or at least like her remains, if you can find them. Yeah. He seems distraught and depressed.
Bring her back alive or in pieces. You got it.
Alive and in pieces.
Reese, what is the name of your horse? Meg it is. It's a male horse, but okay.
Who's this other guy?
That was Dylan's character.
No,
Pardon?
Dylan's character looks so different to that.
That's somebody else's character. Well, that's something you're gonna have to wait for maybe next session.
Oh, okay, so that's Kieran's guy. Gotcha.
There you go. Yeah, it's Kieran's character. You'll see him next session. All right. So you guys head next door. Next door is a bakery. A bakery, and you see people behind the desk, and he said, "Yes, how are you going? What would you like today? I've got some bread. It's kind of the last ones we got during the day. You're probably better off coming back tomorrow morning if you want decent bread, but it's a bit crumbly and crappy at the moment. But we can sell it to you for a discounted price."
Is
I
your
want some
name
bread.
Josh?
My name
I
is
want
Joss. It's nice to meet you, sir. How did you know my name?
We're talking to Jeremy about his daughter.
Oh,
Would you be able to shed some light on what happened that night?
yeah.
She went missing.
Yeah. Me and Jess went out to the tav like we normally do. We had a couple of drinks. She started talking to this guy. I don't know. I didn't really like the look of him. I reckon he looked. I recognized him, but I don't know where from. But he used to always wear a bandana. Well, not used to always, sorry, what am I saying? He wears a bandana. He was wearing a bandana, which on the back, it looked like it had like a skull or something on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And and they got
Terror.
talking. I suggested that we should go, and she's like, "Okay, hold up a second. I'll just talk to this guy." I left the tavern, and I was stood out the front for about maybe 15 minutes. I went back in, and I couldn't see her.
So you didn't see them talking then?
I saw them talking, but I didn't see them leaving.
Alright, did it seem heated?
No, quite the opposite, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, see ya. Thanks.
That's
I want some
okay.
bread.
Um,
Actually, okay, Rex wants
three
some-
three
sorry,
copper
Rex
for a
wants some-
loaf, and the loaf's probably like this big. It's like a decent sized loaf. So yeah, 3 copper.
Yep.
All right, he hands it over to you. 3 coppers exchanged. You got a loaf of bread. All right.
Da-da-da-da-da.
All right.
I was gonna talk to Jeremy.
You go back into Jeremy's shop, and he's like, did you talk to Josh?"
Yep. Tell us
Mm.
about Michael. Did he wear a bandana?
Yeah. He used to come in, and the few times he did come in, he was quite drunk and disorderly, and he never wore a bandana. But I think I know what you're talking about, because when I fired him, he threatened to bring the wrath of the skulls down on me or something like that, which is when I found out about the faded skulls. After Jeremy told me, not Jeremy, what am I thinking? When Josh told me about the guy with the skull bandana, that's when I started kind of connecting the dots. But yeah,
Alright, where does this Michael bloke live?
no idea. He only came to my shops within 2 weeks, and we didn't really socialize. He wasn't really the kind of guy I wanted to hang around much. I'm sure if you asked around a couple of the inns and a couple of the taverns, you might be able to find some people who could help you. Otherwise, the docks are always a good place for like scallywags and thugs to hang around.
Okay.
But
To
that's
the
the
docks, gentlemen.
All right, you guys head to the docks. The
the-
docks is just kind of like a clean air. Actually, hold up a sec. I may have said that wrong. What town are we in? Because if so, there's not docks here. If it's not,
We're
I'm
in
thinking,
car.
yeah, which is
To the
nowhere
docks.
near water.
Terribly docky.
That's yeah,
Okay,
no,
well-
sorry. I meant the slums, not the docks. The slums.
Because
There
then you
is
can
nowhere
take-
near water. My
There could be a
apologies.
pier. They're generally on rivers.
Yeah,
Depends how
But
major
no.
a city. It's a fairly major city. It's probably going to have a river in it.
yeah. All right, then there's a pier, like a small kind of river kind of thing. Then, yeah,
To the
makes sense.
docks.
Thank you, Richard, for designing my world for me. So there's
Or
so
it
you
could,
guys go over
be
to
the
the
name of
pier
the
where
docks.
there's a small exchange of goods coming down from upstream, coming down from Guar, I do believe. That's where they go. Yeah, come down from Guar and then following a river that kind of goes down to Vertri. Virtua, sorry. And down here you kind of just you see more taverns than you would expect in a city here, because that's generally what happens, because people come off boats or come off things and go straight to drinking. Because I mean, what else is there to
Okay.
do in medieval times? But
Sleep with women.
there you go. That also happens at taverns as well.
Yeah.
So you get down to the docks. Is there anywhere in particular you want to look, and are you gonna be looking around, searching around for anything?
Let's look for skull bandanas.
All right.
Keep an eye out
Percep.
for skull bandanas and probably ask around in the taverns.
What was that, Richard? What was that first bit? And then look around taverns.
Just to look, keep an eye out for the bandanas that we had described to us.
All right.
While
Perception check each, please.
What's the perception check? Yeah.
Perception check is wisdom. Unless you are skilled in perception, then it is your wisdom plus 5.
There's mine, 22.
Yep.
not skilled in
Grace's
perception, but I've got
wisdom.
the keen senses bonus.
Keen
What's
senses
that
bonus.
wisdom?
Let me have a look. That's from your level up, isn't it?
No, that's from being a half elf.
Ah, let me have a look at that. I keep forgetting that you're a half elf.
I've got perception as well.
Yeah.
Let me have a look at that half elf thing.
I got 22. Reese got 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So after looking around, in a back alley, you do see, like you do manage to see a couple of the skull hats, like the bandanas. You do see 2 men walking around with these on the back of his head, on their heads, and they look like well, when you start following, they actually start heading towards a tavern and to go down to have a sit. Do you guys follow them?
Surreptitiously, I
Okay.
would say so.
Fuck, we should have.
Okay. So with your keen senses, whenever you have to do a perception roll, I think it's perception roll. Let me double check.
It says
Yes.
wisdom
Yeah.
when I've written it down here.
When you have to do a perception
perception.
wisdom check, you get to
Oh,
roll
I
it
do have-
twice and take the highest number. So you do have perception. So you get to roll it twice and you
Yeah.
take the higher number. All right, this tavern, I think I had it written down somewhere. This tavern is called the Strung Up Duck.
Ow. Cunt.
This tavern is called the Strung Up Duck.
Strong up cunt.
Duck.
Ah,
You see these boys head in, and you serendipitously follow. Was that?
Surreptitiously.
I don't know what this
That's the
does.
word. You follow them in. This tavern's quite noisy tavern than what you're used to, because most of the time you've been staying in ones on the street or one in higher up levels. This is the slums. This is where they're just getting pissed drunk. They're fighting. The barmaids all just have their tops down because by the time they bring them back up, somebody else has pulled them down, so it's just accepted that they walk around. Yes, Ryan, you're about the boob level on most of them. You notice there's broken glass on the floor. It's a very run down, very scranky kind of place. Very, very, very low, lower kind. I like your dot. So, where'd you first start? Oh, and you instantly lose track of where you see them when you first walk in, the bandanas, but then you lose track of them because there's so many people. You estimate around 40 people inside this place, and it's not too much bigger than, I guess, your average pub. There's about 40 odd. It's stacked. It's like barely enough room to walk through the hallways without getting knocked about or hit about.
We never asked which tavern Josh left her
Let's
in.
do another perception check. See if we can find him.
All right. See if you can have a look around for him if you really want to. Richard, you get the advantage one. I'm looking
That's
for a
me and Reese's perception checks.
All right, and
So that
Wait, hang on.
plus.
Oh.
Sorry. The 19 was mine, and I forgot to double. That's Reese's one.
So I
Alright.
rolled 12, so he rolled better than me anyway.
okay, Reese, you do
Oh,
see the 2
I
men.
divided
They
by-
are talking to the bartender near the bar.
He rolled better than me.
They've kind of pulled him aside to the corner, and one of the many bartenders, and he's like talking to them in the corner.
Alright, let's talk to the bartender when he's finished with those guys.
All right, it's about a 10-minute conversation, and then they leave to
Should we
walk
make
out.
Follow the guys while you listen to the conversation. Or while you talk to the bartender.
All right, so the 2 boys leave, and the 2 boys leave, and the bartender is now serving customers again. After about 10 minutes.
Alright. Hey, so, how you doing?
Have you seen Michael around lately?
Michael, I don't know Michael. I know, or at least if I did, I don't know, many Michaels. He's just kind of
Well,
staring at you.
Go on a bit.
He's a half orc. Half orc. He's missing his main because half orcs normally have like big tusks coming out at the bottom. One of them's actually missing, and the other one looks almost serrated. And he's just
so
kind of looking at you.
Guys, I know how to talk half orc. 15 gold in a little sack just on the desk.
He's like, I've heard of a Michael. He puts it in his pocket. What do you want to know?
I was just wondering,
What's his first name?
where does he hang out, and does he have any like
Featured
features that?
he hangs out at
Where
the
is he?
Faded Skulls hangout.
Where's that?
He kind of feels
His
the
flat floor.
he kind of feels the pocket of what he came in and kind of goes,
Yeah, his flat floor.
all right. And then he actually gives you
Being
instructions. He's
gone.
saying, look, if you go down to the right of here, then go left, and go right, you'll see a house that looks like this. You go a couple of houses down, go down this way, near where the riverside is, and it's there. Basically, he gives you the instructions of where they are. And he says, I
Alright,
don't want you to say where you got this information from. I don't care if you get rid of them. I don't care if you beat them up.
wait, I got this. So,
Yes.
got anything to help persuade me not tell anybody where this information came from?
He chuckles slightly and pulls out a hammer out from underneath, like a hammer, like a really nice, really welded hammer out from underneath, and he says, I'm not the only one in here with one of these. I serve these
And I was
men.
just like, don't worry, man, it was a joke,
I serve these men day in, day out. They'll help me more than they'll help you. You start a fight in here, the guards won't see you again. Anyone you know won't see you again. Your name will be wiped off just to face the plan. You'll disappear. And I won't even tell you where you'll disappear to. But you will. Because these guys, these lads, they're on my back. And you notice the other two bartenders have kind of got their hands underneath tables when they see the hammers on the table.
And then I'm holding my dick furiously.
Okay.
Shut up, Reese. But yeah, it's just a nice way to take a joke, buddy. Anyway, where'd you get that hammer?
Blacksmith
Nice
made
hammer.
it for me. Well, he made it for another guy who boasted about it. Then I arm wrestled a guy for it. Lost. Knocked him out, then took it.
I like. How much would you part with it for?
Similar sack. If you give me another sack of about the same amount, I'll give you that. I'll swap
Is it a
it.
great hammer, or is it like a one-handed hammer?
If you're looking at it, it's a warhammer. It's a one-handed hammer. You can't use it. You don't have the proficiency to.
You said I could use war hammers.
No, you can't. You can use great axes and clubs. You can only use simple weapons. You can use heavy
Yeah,
armor. That's what we agreed on.
One-handed hammer is a weapon.
No, it isn't. A club is a simple weapon. A warhammer is not a simple weapon. A warhammer is a one-handed bludgeoning weapon. Oh wait,
Sounds
you
like
can
fun.
use it in two hands and it does 1d10 damage. You can use it, you just don't get any bonuses for it.
Wait, what's my attack? What's my thing for my club?
+2. D20 +2. So you can use it, you'll just use a flat D20.
A flat D20.
Yeah, and then when you do the attack... No, it's +1, sorry. No, +2, yeah, it's +2.
With the hammer?
With that hammer, it's nothing. No, because you're not trained in it at all.
How long does it take to get trained in it?
Several years.
Alright. Bye.
Alright, see... Don't come back here again. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Despite the fact that that was, I'm pretty sure that was very expensive bribery.
What, really?
Yeah, dude. Okay,
I've got so much gold! I'm rich, and
you are... Well,
I
each gold piece is kind of worth $20 in this universe, so you kind of gave him $300 for that information.
Sweet. Anyway, well, as if you wouldn't want me to come back all the time.
Not
Dropping
after
that
you
kind of-
spoke to him the way you wanted. He had his enough. Like, he would make that evening. That's how he would make that $15 that evening. But he's getting that straight in his pocket, so he doesn't give a shit. If you own the place. Anyway. So you
Look,
guys head
so-
down to where you think it is. And you... Actually, each of you... Wait. Each of you, can I have a wisdom flat check? Not perception or anything. I just want a wisdom check. Just to see if you go the right direction.
That's
If you can
D20
remember.
plus 1 for me.
D20 plus 1. Yep. Plus your wisdom.
Fuck!
You have no
My
idea.
skills probably don't help. Plus exclamation mark. That's useful.
I think we're lost.
Yeah. You guys are lost. None of
Alright,
you
well, let's
remember.
just follow that guy's instructions then.
Well, that's the thing. You tried to, but you couldn't remember them because no one wrote them
Oh,
down.
fuck off!
No, I'm gonna say that. You paid for the information, but none of you managed to write it down or chose to write it down. So
I considered writing it down, but that was very long directions.
yeah, even if you just said, "Look,
You're
I'll
trying to ask
write
me.
it down," I would have taken it. But said, "Yeah, you know how to get there." Then from his instructions, but then you'd have to do a roll to see if you could get there. Anyway, yeah. So you find yourselves in the middle of the docks, and you have no idea where. Well, you don't.
Give him more money and ask for the directions again.
Try a
Well,
different
there's
pub.
people walking around the street around you. They're kind of looking at you because you're kind of standing there looking bewildered. You've walked across the same street twice, so they're thinking, "Where's he going? What are they doing?" They presume you're drunk, probably.
Do you want to roll another perception check, see if we can find any more skull of this group?
Go on then, Richard. Let's do it. And remember, you get an advantage on this, so you get to roll it twice and take the higher one.
And I've also got perception, so that's plus 6,
Yep.
including wisdom.
Why'd you do two
So
d20?
that's- I don't know. The first one was 17. Was
Reese
that-
rolled a 1.
Reese has no idea.
What was keen senses once a day, or is it?
No, that's something you always
always-
have. It's something constant, so you get to roll it twice. So that's a.
Yeah.
Are
So
you
17
trained
plus
in
6.
perception? You trained in perception?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a plus
Athletics
6.
perception 5.
Yeah. You managed to see the glimpse of what you think looks like a skull from like a corner of a house. Like you see him just walk
Tap
past,
the
and
other
you can
guys
just
on the
see.
shoulders
All right,
and wander in that direction. Lead in that direction.
all right. You wander
I
off in that direction.
Use my tracking skills from the field to try and follow the guys. Not that
Hey.
it's not that good in the city.
It's not that good in a city, just because you're trying to follow steps. Good idea though. You can start. You know how to keep yourself hidden from things following them, so you're able to follow them. I want a sneak check from each of you, just to see if they can see you. That includes you, Ryan, by the way. Yep. You get disadvantage as well, so you got to roll it.
To that, but I don't have that as a skill.
What's your snake thing that you do the plussing on with?
Dexterity, but
Dex.
you are at disadvantage, so it's a d20 plus dex, but Ryan, you've got to roll it twice and take the lower number.
Yeah.
That was a terrible roll.
Yeah.
Dex plus
7.
4. And I've got
It's-
stealth
it's-
as-
It's not long before the guy with the skull cap starts looking behind you and starts noticing that you're following him, and he picks up the pace and starts running. As you come around a corner, following him, you notice he's full sprinting down this road. Do you give chase?
Fuck
I'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
inclined not to personally, but if the other guys start running, by the sound of it, they will. I'm gonna follow after them.
So Reese, you're running. Ryan, what are you doing?
You split the party! Remember what happened to Dylan?
Fuck you. I'm not a dumbass. Yeah, I ran at him.
Ryan, are you running as well?
No.
You're just standing still?
I wouldn't be able to keep up.
That's a good point. You might be able to keep up for a little bit, and if not, you'd then be following those guys.
I hang behind Ryan away, half a block or something.
So you're behind where Ryan
I'm
is?
after.
Reese or
Yeah.
Ryan?
Reese.
Okay.
Reese.
So Reese is
Alright,
running.
I'll follow him.
Alright.
Stability.
Alright. Yeah, you're able to run past him. Reese, you're able to keep up with him. As you turn around a corner, you notice he starts to head towards a house, and he starts shouting, guys, help me, please, help me. You notice these guys are kind of sitting against a house and kind of looking around. They look at him and they say, he's like, what's up? And he's like, these guys are following me, I don't know what's up. And he's like, alright, let's show them, boys. And you notice these guys pull out these bludgeon-y kind of macy looking things, and they start running in your direction. Richard, you come around a corner as you notice that the guy who's running towards them's just made it there. And Reese, I presume you've stopped on the road at this point, Reese, and they're coming towards you. So you're a little bit behind him. And Ryan, we're about to go into combat. You will come in the next round of combat. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So you'll
Can I
just
run
you'll
down
miss
alley or
one
some
turn.
shit?
1
I'll
second,
be like
Reese.
Ezio. What is it? Ezio. I don't know.
Oh, the
Anthony
parkour.
Daparenzi. Yeah. I'm gonna be on parkour and shit. No, is there an alley or some shit I can run to try and get pursuit of the guy again, or will I get lost?
No, you. That's them in front of you.
Oh, when you're fucking.
We're at where he was going.
Yeah. You're
The
here.
other guy run. Like, is he gone?
No, that's this guy here. And these guys have come
Oh.
out to give him a hand.
Okay. I thought he was
Um,
running. Okay.
Richard, you've just turned up there. Ryan, you'll be your turn up here, but after next round.
Okay.
So I'm just chilling.
All right, roll
We
for
don't
initiative.
actually have a description of Michael.
Not it.
What's the roll again?
D10.
D10.
And
If you want to find it.
No, you don't have a description of Michael.
Just a bandana.
his head.
I forgot to ask for one.
You
Two.
notice
Hey.
that all 4 of these guys are wearing bandanas with the skull on it. You guys go first.
Yeah. I got fucking hell. I got that throwing axe I want to use on this guy.
Go for it. Throw your hand axe at him. That is
And I'll
a
move a tiny bit as well.
Every attack, just yell, "Take that, Michael!"
I'm not Michael.
No matter who.
Wait, so what's attack? 20. 20? Yeah, 20.
Yep.
Huh.
D20 plus
Yeah.
dex. D20 plus your dex, which is
21.
plus 2 because you're trained in this weapon. And no, are you? Have a look.
I can't remember.
I'm having a
not-
look.
I think I'm pretty sure I'm
Yeah, you can use that. Yep. So you're able to throw this. That hits him. 1d6 plus your dex damage. Also, guys, I'm thinking about stopping around 8 o'clock so we can get something to eat or something, because we'll stop for like 15 minutes, go get a drink or something.
Plus...
Your dex modifier.
No, 4, okay, sweet. But, hey,
Hey! Let me double check how much HP these guys have got. I love how I've got to look in the beastery for these guys as well, because the whole thing's got a beastery. Humane.
Hey?
Yep. How much damage do you do? 1d8. He takes it in the chest and falls to the ground, but he's kind of grabbing at it and just slowly rises up. But he does have the axe in his chest. I do believe. Am I looking at the right one? Nope, he's on the ground dead. You hit him
so that was
full
guy
on the
who went down
chest.
as well.
You hit him full on the chest and he dies. Alright, Richard, your turn.
Richard's turn.
So I'm 55 feet away. I might as well draw my bow
Alright, your bow's out.
and
Let's not-
let's hit the guy at the back. If I can see him past that tree.
This one? Yeah, you can hit him.
Cool. So proficiency D20 plus 5. We shouldn't have much penalties.
Yep, you're fine. Anything in this map you can hit fine. It's only when you're on like a huge field and you're trying to hit someone off like 300 meters, I would actually kind of say, hey.